Hey guys, welcome back to another film review. I'm your host. So this weekend I watched a movie, or a film I should say, titled A Field in England. And I had to let myself digest what I saw for the last couple days, try to figure out what it was saying. So quickly, I'm going to tell you there's 5 actors in the whole thing. Six maybe. Yeah, I think 6. One of them is Julian Barnett from The Mighty Boosh. Pretty great, but he dies right away. So here's what the movie is about, as far as I can tell, story-wise. So there's a battle going on in England, and this is like Renaissance time. They've got these giant flintlock muskets and pistols. And so this priest guy is like running away, and there's a commanding officer, I think, who is like chasing him down and cussing him out and stuff. And he's like, "You didn't deliver." He's like, "No, I did." He's like, "I'm gonna kill you." And he meets up with some a deserter, and somehow the commanding officer gets stabbed in the back with a spear. And then he's like, kill the priest guy. And the deserter, who's robbing corpses from the battlefield, shoots the commanding officer and kills him. And then they meet up with 2 more deserters, I think. So the priest and 3 deserters, one of them is like really dumb, but he's funny. I like him. They're walking through a field, and they're going to find something, a person. I think they call him a cripple, but I don't understand why. And so they find a stump in a field that's all like carved up and stuff, and they tie a rope around it, and they pull really hard, and then suddenly there's a guy there, just like falls out of the rope, and he's comatose maybe. And they're like, "Oh, the magic of the field or the stump or something was keeping him hidden, and that's why we couldn't see him. But now we found him." And so the priest is like, "Hey, I got you. You're the guy that stole the master's documents, and now I'm going to take you back." And the magician guy, cripple, says, "Uno reverse card. You guys are mine now, and you're going to help me find the treasure in this field." Okay, so there's a lot of screaming and rope tying, and it's just weird. And then they run around. They use the priest like a divination rod. He's like, "Here it is. This is where the treasure is. I'm gonna find the treasure. Start digging." So they dig, and people are talking. The dialogue's interesting, but the magician guy is like super evil, I guess. And then one of the deserters accidentally shoots the stupid deserter, and they're all sad. And then they walk around all sad. And the magician's like, "Oh no, they got away from me. They're gonna start thinking for themselves." And so he goes out in the field with his guns. And then the priest eats a bunch of mushrooms and trips out. And then deserter gets shot in the tummy. and then another one in the face, and then the guy who is dead is not dead. And then the priest gets the guns, and the guy who's not dead runs with the spear, and then he gets shot, and so he's dead. And then the priest is like, hey, here's the coward, and he shoots the magician, boom, boom. And then he buries them all, and he walks around with a whole bunch of guns, and then he puts all his guns down and walks through a bush. And on the other side of the bush are the deserters, who are now not dead. And they all stand there looking at the camera, and that's the end of the movie. So, I don't know what it means. I don't know why I like it, but I do. I don't like this. Someone needs to desert this. So anyways, it was made on a budget of £300,000, which is pretty crazy. The end.